What is something NSFW you've done but if you told anyone they would probably never want to talk to you again? Religious teacher locked me in her classroom as a punishment, so I busted in her Bible and left it on the desk. What the fuck, 13-year-old me was thinking it, but nothing was ever mentioned of it after, haha. I tried to suck my own dick, which gave me a hernia that still is painful sometimes even 30 years later. Moral: when young, stretch every day. Edit. 1. I did succeed, but I did not swallow, that was one bridge too far, so since I did not dare to climax I stopped doing it. 2. It did not feel like sucking a dick at all but felt like getting it sucked 100%. 3. I got the hernia surgically fixed, still the metal plate is annoying sometimes but nothing that bad. I had a 1.5 year long relationship with my best friend's mother. We've never told anyone. Not me but a friend. During a confessions conversation a group of us were having, he said he'd watched CP during lockdown and enjoyed it. He's no longer part of the group because nobody has spoken to him since. I've masturbated in the board members' toilets of 3 different large public companies. I was a horrible teenager. Edit. This is now my highest upvoted comment. Thank you Reddit FFS. I had a Pornhub account, and had a pretty big fan base. I made money by selling videos on Snapchat, this was before OnlyFans was a thing. I was 23 and could use the money. I loved the attention and I loved the excitement. I even did it for free in the beginning. For the Dutch people, if you saw a video on Dumpert from a girl stripping on the train, that was me. I also was pretty big on gent student, ha ha ha. Oh, I miss those days. When I was like 9 to 10 years old I figured out all this sexual stuff and thought masturbating is awesome. Did it too much and even to the point that I put cat treats down there next to it so my cat would eat it there. I did that once still when I was 10 years old. Still ashamed nowadays if I think of it. I don't know what was going on inside my head, not a lot I think, until when I was 11 I had a mental breakdown and felt bad for everything I did. I even felt guilty for masturbating itself. Told every single thing I did my mom/dad, was a hard time but they handled the situation good. I've sent semi-nudes to my father. After my mom left him, I helped set up his online dating profile. He wasn't getting any responses so I pretended to be a match. We exchanged some messages and I sent him some pictures to build his self-esteem. I could tell how much his confidence grew so I know it helped him during an emotionally difficult time. He's got a long-term girlfriend now, so all is good. I had sex on somebody's grave. The headstone was old and slanted so the girl sort of reclined on it whilst I slipped and went to town. Anybody who went in that graveyard that night probably thought there was some agitated ghost around. When I was 16 I masturbated too, not in front of her, Jesus you people, the front lady of my gym at the gym locker room. I took pics of me hanging naked and post them all over the internet. Someone I knew found them and we never spoke again so I guess it fits, lol. I had sex with my best friend's mom at a sleepover when I was 14. She was one of the freaky ones and put it in cowgirl W/O protection, told me it's okay to let it spray. She was on BC. I trusted her since she was a grown woman and thought she knew what she was doing. 9 months later my friend has a baby sister. He later revealed to me that in his early years he has slept with his mom and his aunt. I have a particular kink where someone is wearing a pair of heels they can't take off, as in they are strapped up, locked on, cursed and can't come off, and then they step in an adhesive trap, like a person-sized glue trap, and can't pull free of it by their own power, but are able to struggle in it. I know no one I could ask to play this out for me. I've had so much sex in certain places that when I'm in one of those places it's a 50/50 shot whether or not I get aroused. Cars, the woods, kitchens, other people's bathrooms, beer cellars, changing rooms in clothing stores. Seriously, I can walk into someone's bathroom to take a piss and have to wait a few minutes or I'm gonna piss on their ceiling. When I was young, dumb, and very horny, I fucked a soccer bopper. With no lube. Thankfully nobody ever used it anyways. I used to come onto the inside of a pair of boxer shorts so my GF at the time could wear them to work and rub herself while standing behind the bar. Her thing and I don't judge. Was casually seeing this girl who later married this other dude. She'd intermittently get in touch and ask me to come round to her house in the middle of the night, sneak me in the front door and blow me in the hallway while her hubby was asleep upstairs. Found of later they were swingers and always wondered if hubby was actually awake and watching in the dark. She was super hot, so would have been rude to refuse. Went to a kinky/BDSM dance party/festival with a group. I only knew a couple that I have seen one ex before. I also went to the same kind of party with a much older guy that I did not even like or found attractive. Also had a sugar baby phase, but it made me so miserable. I was pretty destructive back in the days. I would masturbate in the same bed a friend would be in during sleepovers. Off when they're fast asleep. Ate out my GF's pussy on her period, didn't mind it. Edit, thanks for the upvotes, can't believe my most successful post is about eating a bloody clam. I did the deed with a stripper whose box I already sniffed and caught a whiff of what smelled like an old worn-out school marker, but I was already far enough into it that I saw it to the end. It was absolutely not worth it. I have a fetish on anything that involves werewolf TF. You can do your worst judgment now, lads. I once masturbated in a TJ Maxx restroom. I didn't go out of my way to do it, but for some reason I got really hard, I think because I started thinking of a quite attractive woman who attended my gym at the time. I couldn't quite manage to make myself ejaculate with just my hand, so I ended up humping the wall, with a paper towel with some hand soap on it placed between my dick and that wall. I once took my mom's brush and put it in my ass. It felt so *king painful. I just wanted to feel what women feel when they fuck. I was like 8 or 7 idk. When I first found out about masturbation and how sex worked, I tried to fuck a stuffed animal. Still am ashamed about it to this day, lol. No, I'm not a dog. I've masturbated with a variety of fruits and vegetables I find in my fridge. After, I wash them, then cook/prepare them for eating. My ex cheated on me, with her ex. I knew from past conversations with my ex that he was a bit of a sub in bed. So at one party I made some ridiculous moves on him, which I never thought would work, and we ended up going to his place, fucked him on the same bed they probably cheated on, he was calling me daddy and all sorts of other things. From what I heard they didn't last long third time anyway. I am not proud of that one. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind or whatever. I once got super high and also super horny and went into my bathroom for some alone time while my friend was passed out in my bedroom. He woke up a while later and kept knocking on my door, and I told him I had a stomach upset. Till this day he believes I get stomach upsets when I'm stoned. This isn't bad at all, but I feel bad. I've told every girl I ever slept with that I was a virgin. I found out early that girls seem to think it's awesome to take a dude's virginity, and it usually sealed the deal. So there's like 13 girls out there in the world who all took my virginity.